Welcome to Shamba Shape Up.
This year, we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of your favorite TV show.
Once again, we have traveled all over East Africa to find hard-working farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need,
so they can adapt and make their farms more productive even while the climate changes.
We support them to become more productive,
get better yields,
and increase their income.
We meet families and enter their kitchens to explore what we eat, where we get it, and how we can cook it in cleaner, faster, healthier, and cheaper ways.
And at the same time, increase family nutrition.
We will see how farmers from across the region can benefit from our experts' advice,
while also learn from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experiences as they shape up their shambas.
Welcome to the Shamba Shape Up Safari. Dear viewers, we'd like to let you know that all the filming you're about to see was done before the outbreak of the coronavirus in Kenya and Tanzania. Hello and welcome
to Shamba Shape Up.
Today we are in Kibwezi and we are visiting a thoroughly modern farmer.
That's right, and we've decided we are going fully digital.
That's right. We want to see how technology can be used in his shamba. Join us and find out all about it.
Let's go. This week we are visiting farmers Anna and Jons Ngei.
Jones.
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You're good?
Fine. Welcome.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm fine, madam.
She was your shamba.
It's over there.
This
yes.
one? All right, let's go.
Yes.
Anna and Jons' farm stretches over 4 acres.
Wow, and they have a lot of trees.
Like these oranges here, Tony.
Not quite ripe yet, sadly.
But there's food cooking already. You'll be happy with that, Tony.
Yes, I already feel the energy.
The big challenge, especially in this area, is water.
Yes, you're right, because the weather has been so unpredictable, hasn't it been, Anna?
Yes.
So how do you know about your weather forecast? Where do you get the information from?
These days we have technology. Yes. Normally the media, the TV.
That's amazing. You're a digital farmer. We have a small package for you where you can get information that you need in your farming all in one.
It will help me and even other people.
Yes.
My kitchen, I've been using firewood.
Okay.
We have challenges. Smoke. Oh, cooking becomes a challenge.
We have a small package too that is going to propel you to the next level.
That's very good.
So because we have a lot of work, you'll bear with us.
Yes.
We'll leave you shortly so that we can start working.
Thank you, brother.
Let's
Very
go.
good.
Okay, come.
Okay.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's
See
go.
you
We'll see you later. So let's pitch the tent and get ready for work.
Our first expert to introduce us to some new farming technologies is Rosemary Babu from the World Food Programme. Rosemary is going to talk to us about avoiding food losses at the harvest and post-harvest stage.
Food production is at its peak currently, and unfortunately, we're seeing losses of about 40%, which means that globally we are losing 1.3 billion tons of food.
Rosemary, wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
When you imagine that and there are people sleeping hungry somewhere, that's sad.
It's very sad, and post-harvest losses are the leading cause of food insecurity for millions of families across the globe, and especially in Africa.
So how do they alleviate these problems?
There are a lot of simple technological solutions that the farmers can use. We have the moisture meters, we have the tarpaulins, we have the pallets that they can use, we have the hermetic bags, and also grain silos.
Wow, that is so nice because incidentally, our farmer is harvesting and particularly maize for today. Rosemary, let's go.
Let's
Let's go. So, Rosemary and I are meeting up with Elizabeth Kamau from the Food and Agriculture Organization. Elizabeth has come to help Jons with some key technologies for handling maize. The first is called stooking. Jons! Madam Elizabeth,
Yes.
what is this?
This is called stooking.
Stooking.
Yes, and we recommend stooking if the farmer doesn't have enough time or enough labor. When they have their crop that is standing in the field and they cut it, then they can have it now standing, the way it's standing. It's called stooking, where you're stooking the maize by side in a pyramid style.
Stooking is a great way to stack maize, but if it's not done correctly, it can cause problems, as Jons is finding out.
the way he's done it is wrong.
Why?
Because it looks like it's more of stacking side by side. And when you stack side by side, you get water getting into your crop. You get pests getting into your crop. You can see like already this cob is actually already spoiling. Yes, because it's already wet.
In some areas, you can see the pyramid shape, but in other places, you can see that the maize is hanging down here.
Yeah.
And ideally, when you stook, you're supposed to stook it like this, and the cob should be facing down so that the water drips down.
All right.
Yeah.
The correct way to stook is to make sure the maize is standing upright. The pyramid shape helps stop rotting by allowing rainwater to run off. It also makes it difficult for pests to climb up and attack the grain. Okay, now what's the next stage after stooking?
We also want to maximize our yields. That is, everything we harvest should be good and good quality. So we put it on the tarpaulin so that 1, it is clean, 2, it's not broken, and 3, it is not dirty or infested with the molds. One of the reasons why we recommend that they don't throw it on the soil is because the soil has insects, the soil has mold, and this mold is what leads to aflatoxin infestation.
So what happens after that?
So we again recommend you dry it on the cob because the tarpaulin is clean and your food will be safe. If the maize is not dry, you end up losing some more grain that hangs onto the cob. Then after now that drying, you can now do the shelling.
Let's have a look at some maize Jons harvested earlier. Elizabeth has arranged for a portable shelling machine. It's even small enough to fit on a motorbike, but it packs a powerful bunch. It's quick and easy to set up, and in no time, the shelling can begin. Wow. Elizabeth,
Yes.
you want to tell me this machine has done all this?
Yes, this maize sheller that's also portable
Yes.
can help you shell your maize very, very fast because it can do 120 bags
Per day?
per day of 100 kilos.
That's a lot of bags.
Yes, yes.
Wow. So why the sheller machine?
The sheller machine reduces the breakages because, you know, most of the time, once the farmers have harvested, they put them in bags and then they use sticks to beat the bags.
Yeah.
And that causes a lot of breakages, which reduces the quality of the grain
Yes.
and which also exposes the grain to toxins, aflatoxins especially.
So what happens after we've shelled our maize?
Now, after shelling the maize, the best thing would be to clean it. Something called winnowing, where you are separating the chaff and the good maize, and then also sorting, so that what you keep or what you store is only clean maize. And also you need to make sure that the moisture content is right. Is it, Rosemary?
Yes, very important to check the moisture. You measure the moisture using a moisture meter. Yes.
Can we go to the next stage?
Yes, we should.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you.
Okay.
The final stage is storing. Use airtight hermetic bags like the ones Jons has here. Being airtight, they kill any pests inside the bag without using chemicals. But remember, store the bags lying flat, away from the walls and raised up off the ground to avoid damp. Use pallets if you have some around the farm. This also makes it easy to spot rodents if they try to attack the grain.
Now, my first job today is to see how our farmer could benefit from fully joining the digital revolution. There you are.
Oh, yes.
I see you're very busy.
I'm very busy here.
Good, good, good. Let's chat just for a little bit.
Yes.
What kind of phone do you use?
Kamuli.
A small one.
The small phone.
Let me have a look at it.
It is here.
So, how useful is this in your shamba?
These ones I normally use when I'm calling a family member, only or as a friend.
How about email?
Email, no.
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, no.
Camera?
Camera, no.
What does it have?
This one is only receiving and calling, nothing else.
So if you need any source of information, especially about your farming, what do you do?
It's only during weekends through my TV. Yes.
You know, I think we have a solution for you.
Sure?
Yes, we do. Come with me.
Okay,
Just
thank
come
you.
with me. So, I want to introduce Jons to the benefit of upgrading to a smartphone designed especially for farmers. And I have invited Wayua Mululu and Rusia Mweni Muya from M-kopa to tell us all about it. This is what he's using now. Okay. There's no shame in using this at all. I have one.
Okay. I will admit. So I'm not alone.
You're not alone. and they come in very handy.
Yes.
Yeah, when you need them, especially in the shamba.
Yes.
But now, Wayua, what did you recommend farmers to use?
Unbox the phone.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Have a look at the phone that you're going to be using pretty soon. So the beauty of this phone is that it's an entry-level smartphone, which makes it easy to use for people who are moving from what we call Kabambe in Kenya. It has a dual core camera. It has 32 GB memory. The farmer is able to be well connected because it has 4G.
So now, Wayua, what kind of feature will a farmer go for when they get this kind of phone?
We're going to sign up farmers for iShamba Premium subscription for a whole year, where they're able to get agri-tips from iShamba. We had the tomato issues the other day. You know, if farmers had this phone, they could have taken a picture, send it to Carlo or whoever these guys are, and you know, maybe would have been able to stop this tomato issue going around the country through the phone.
When a farmer wakes up in the morning, finds there's something wrong with your crops, they can take a photo quickly and send it to iShamba, and iShamba will be able to maybe tell what's wrong with the crop.
Yeah. On top of that, they have a WhatsApp group, and farmers are able to converse with each other within their network, right? And with partnering with iShamba, we're going to load videos onto the phone. So they're going to include dairy, maize, dry beans, potatoes, and chickens. 5 videos preloaded onto the phone that will give the farmers information about those particular value chains. Yes.
And that's for now.
And that's for now.
But you plan to put in so many videos
Yes.
later on. Okay, now Lucia, how do farmers get hold of this phone?
By paying just a little deposit of 4,499 shillings and paying daily credit of 60
shillings per day.
Yeah,
For
for
how
1
many
year.
days? 1 year.
For 1 year.
So this is a quick way for them to get a phone that will be able to help them in their day-to-day lives without having to save up for 6 months, for instance.
And do you have some kind of a reward for farmers who manage to pay quickly or on time?
Yes. When we see on our systems that the farmer has paid for 60 days consecutively, they will be able to go to one of our agrovets and redeem an e-voucher worth 7,000, and they can get any agricultural produce. So
At a discount.
at a discount.
The first phones to be released to be available in Machakos, Embu, and Kitale. Wow. Let's have a look at one of the videos you're talking about. I'm dying to see one of the videos.
Yeah, you'll see the video.
If we press play, here we go. You can see the beautiful video cameras from Shamba Shape Up and iShamba that are going to be
I
provided.
can see that. I love that show. Who is that guy? Looks like me.
Probably you. These are all Shamba Shape Up
That's
videos.
Caro. That's Caro, yeah.
Well, Tony. What do you think of that?
It's a digital world, Caro.
You can say that again.
Well, coming up,
After the break, we have a surprise for Mama Ann.
a digital electric pressure cooker. Welcome to Shamba Shape Up's Q&A. And today we are very lucky to have in the studio Dr. Mark Hawken and Doris Naitore, a health officer. So, we want to establish what is true or false. Can COVID-19 be passed from mother to child?
Is when we talk about mother-to-child transmission, we're usually talking about mother-to-child transmission of the unborn child in the womb. And so far, we don't have any evidence that the virus can be transmitted from mother to child during pregnancy. Of course, once the child is born, if the mother happened to have COVID infection, then she could transmit the virus to her newly born child. And that just shows the importance of wearing a mask if one has COVID infection.
Can COVID-19 spread in warm, sunny weather?
COVID-19 can spread in any weather, warm or cold, irrespective of the region where you are at. It can be spread equally in any weather.
Do vaccines against pneumonia protect you against the new coronavirus?
There is a good vaccine against a bacterial form of pneumonia, but it's not useful against COVID-19 infection. It's a different type of pneumonia.
Doris, can you always tell if someone has COVID-19?
You cannot tell if someone has COVID-19 by just looking at them. The people need to go for testing for them to be confirmed that they have COVID-19.
Can COVID-19 be transmitted through food?
I would say no. I don't think COVID-19 can be transmitted through food. We know the usual transmission is from the air that we either breathe or cough out, or by touching surfaces contaminated with the virus. It's not foodborne. It's not a foodborne disease.
And we want to thank you also for joining us in our today's session of Q&A. So, if you have any questions around COVID-19, get in touch with us. Call or SMS us your question at 0748 153 120. And welcome back
To Shamba Shape Up.
We are in Kibwezi and we are visiting Anna and Jons Ngei
We've seen how to handle maize,
and how a smartphone can help on the farm.
but now we want to introduce John's wife Anna to digital cooking with an electric pressure cooker. But Tony, how can we convince Anna that it's a good idea?
You know what, Carol? We are going to have a cook-off. I am going to cook pigeon peas, mbaazi, using firewood.
Aha! Then I'm going to make the same pigeon peas using an electric pressure cooker.
Oh, is that a challenge?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, bring it on.
Let's do this.
Let's see who is a better cook.
Let's
see
go.
you later. So, let the cook-off begin. And there's no time to lose. First, I have to find some firewood. Luckily, I got some help from Anna's neighbor, Juliana Nyika. We are cooking mbaazi or pigeon peas, so we need as much wood as we can find.
Well, there's no need for me to do that. I think I'll just take a little rest while Tony gathers wood. And here's our expert cook, Wairimo Nje here. Wairimo and Anna have chosen a recipe for mbaazi or pigeon peas from the Kenya e-cookbook. Nice! Well, I think Tony's had enough of a head start. Time to join them and find out all about the electric pressure cooker.
This competition between me and Tony, I have to win it. Yes. There is no way I'm losing.
There's no doubt.
Eh?
You're going to win.
Before we go on, how have you been cooking?
I've been using firewood, which has been expensive for me. Just a bundle, you produce 100 shillings, which you'll spend to prepare one meal.
One meal, and you know you have to prepare 3 meals in a day,
Yes.
basic meals.
Yes. I also have a challenge of time. It takes a long time to prepare in the morning.
Yes. You're a teacher and you need to be in school on time.
Yes. And also sometimes there's a lot of smoke which is produced by the firewood.
And I bet your eyes are red by that time.
The eyes are red.
And
Yes.
your troubles are over.
Oh,
Can you clap for that before we even go further? Your troubles are over. So here, I have something we call an EPC. That is an electric pressure cooker.
Yes.
And cuts your cooking time by 1/3. How is Tony doing? How long has it been taking?
All that time, can you imagine? And he's still not even gotten quarter.
Still nowhere.
Well, I'm still collecting wood. I need a lot because it can take over 2 hours to cook pigeon peas, mbaazi. Unfortunately, the wood is a bit damp, but we still have to get the fire lit anyway. Wow, it's smoky and it's gone right into my lungs.
So are you assuring us that our pigeon peas going to be made within a very short time?
It's only going to take 40 minutes from the minute we start cooking to the end And within an hour, you know, with your karais, you've looked, your food is on the table. Unlike Tony is suffering. First of all, you can't even see his pot because of the eyes, the smoke.
Well, you may laugh, Caro, but I finally got the fire burning. But still so smoky. Smoke is one of the biggest killers of women and children in Africa.
After doing all that, cooking and what have you, how expensive is it?
The investment
Yes.
is what is expensive.
Yes.
But in the long run, it is cheaper.
Yeah.
For example, you buy this maybe for about 8,000 shillings. But when you are cooking with it, the amount of fuel cost is so much lower than what, for example, what Tony is doing out there. Tony is using 100 shillings plus. We are going to cook the mbaazi, the same meal, same ingredients, and we are going to use, guaranteed, less than 23 shillings.
Really?
And I have an energy meter here, which is going to measure the fuel cost for us.
Yes.
So that we can actually see, it's not just my imagination, we will have a look and we will see the cost of that meal. And most importantly, it frees you up to do other things. Wow. You can go iron your clothes, you can go to the shamba, you can go to town. But Tony has to watch his pot.
It's true, there's so much to do. Now the water is finally boiling. It's time to add pigeon peas. But I have to keep a close watch to make sure the pot doesn't boil dry.
I'm sure Tony has made many trips to add to top up the water.
Yes.
With this one, you put in your liquid, it will not get finished. And there is no danger of your food burning.
I'm very much impressed. Means that my problem is solved.
Well, while we've been talking, Tony has already been cooking for over half an hour. With the pigeon peas boiling, he started to prepare the other ingredients: onions, some garlic, chopped tomatoes, and ginger. And after doing all this, he still has to keep adding firewood and making sure the pot doesn't run out of water. But now, I think it's time we started cooking too.
So let's not waste any more time.
And you know, we might talk too much and Tony wins us. Just because we talk too much.
Let's work.
Good. So we'll connect this to the energy meter. Then we'll plug in the energy meter.
0.
Yeah.
And it's on.
It's on. We want to saute. We want to brown the onions, which is 0.5. So we are good to go. So at this point, you don't cover because we are sauteing. Sauteing means to fry. So put in your oil. We'll not put in much, just a little bit. We are now going to put in the onions. As we continue frying, we'll prepare the tomatoes. I'll use the blender. The blender makes work easy because in a flash, we are able to blend everything. Our onions are doing great. So I'll put in the pigeon peas, which are mbaazi. We'll put in the garlic and ginger. So we are going to add in some seasoning. You know, make it a bit different. You cook it to the best that you can. We are adding in the tomatoes. Mom, stand up. I want you to see what's happening in here.
Yes.
You can see we have some liquid in here because of the tomatoes. That's why it's important to add all your ingredients before you add water. So we'll add just a little bit more to cover them completely. So we can go straight away and start cooking our beans. Don't forget, Tony is on the other side.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
So now we'll go here, and now we are selecting the program to cook the beans, which is P13. So for now, we wait. We have to wait for the pin to come up because it cooks under pressure. That's why it's a pressure cooker. Probably we need to go and check on Tony because with us, we don't need to touch this appliance anymore.
No. We
are
resting.
done.
We are resting.
We're just resting.
Yes.
Well, you three might be resting, but you still got a lot to do over here. The pigeon peas need taking out of the pot, and it's our turn to start frying. In with the onions, the garlic and ginger, the tomatoes. I hope they don't burn. Whew, This is hard work.
Not for us, Toddy. Our 40 minutes cooking time is over and our food is cooked. But there's more good news.
So, Hannah, do you see what has happened now? 0H means now it has just started warming. It has gone to keep warm method. So if you go away, for example, and you come back after about 4 hours, it will tell you your food has now been kept warm.
Well, I'm keeping pretty warm here too. Now we need to add pigeon peas back into the pot and carry on cooking. Oh, it's so hot. Right, a quick stir, add a little bit of salt, and that's it. I'm taking my food over to Caro and others. Let's see what they think.
Hey, look who's here. Tony, what happened to you?
Why?
Have you seen your face?
Do I look any different?
You are dirty.
I was living in the kitchen. And you know what? Even the dog. Can you see that? The dog is following.
Oh my goodness. Can you believe how much time we took to make ours?
40 minutes.
What?
Yes.
You didn't tell me about this before.
22 minutes.
Well, you should have kept your ear to the ground.
And I slaved there for over 3 hours, yet there was a simple solution. Okay, I can't wait to taste yours because I do believe that mine is the best.
Well, we'll soon see whose dish tastes the best. But we certainly won on time and on cost. The energy meter shows we only spent 12 shillings. So, to recap, it took 40 minutes to cook with the electric pressure cooker compared to over 2 hours using wood. The electric pressure cooker used 12 shillings worth of electricity compared to around 100 shillings to buy firewood.
Well, do you notice something?
Yes.
The pin has dropped. That means we can open our pot and see what is inside. And have a look.
It smells good.
What do you think?
Oh, wow. Can we have it on our plates?
So, here you are.
Wow. Caro. Wow. What is this?
Pigeon peas.
How come it's tasting? Okay.
Let me taste yours.
All right.
Okay.
There you go.
Yes.
Can we first look at the color?
That is yours. Ah, there you go.
What is this?
Hey, pigeon peas.
You're welcome to eat mine. Say it. Tony, say it.
You've won.
I didn't hear you. Did you say something?
Okay, you've won.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well, Caro.
Our work here is done. And so we'll see you in the next Shamba.